as you can see, is your living room. And in here is your dining room and your bar. I had this painted especially for your new home. It's a Selena James. She's famous for the way she paints eyes. They always seem to follow you wherever you go. And now, for the pièce de résistance, your studio. Oh, Mother. Then you do approve.
Approve? It's absolutely sensational.
I had all your things moved over, Valerie, while you were away. Oh, and there's a little kitchenette just there around the corner. Now, let me see. Oh, of course. Luke, here are your keys and the deed.
It's really too much, Mrs. Hayden.
Nothing is too much for those you love. Besides, you need a house like this in your position.
But I don't have a position. I don't even have a job.
Of course you have with Hayden and Carruthers. You're the new vice president. Your name is already on the door.
Mrs. Hayden, thank you very much. But I'm going into business for myself. I want to build houses.
But that will take a lot of money. Where will you get it, Luke?
Go out and raise it.
By mortgaging that deed.
I wouldn't do that.
Well, what else have you to raise it on?
Faith. Convincing facts. The need. The need for post-war housing.
Independence is utterly commendable. So go ahead if you must. And after you've learned your lesson, come back where you belong. I must be off.
Goodbye, Mother.
Mrs. Hayden, suppose I go out and become rich and famous.
I will be thoroughly surprised, Luke. Now bless you both in your new home. Goodbye, my dear.
Thank you, sir. Good day.
Mrs. Hayden, John Coleman here. Mr. Miller just left. Now, Mrs. Hayden, I followed your instructions, but if you just say the word, we'd be willing to... Yes, ma'am, I understand. I guess I can't blame you. He'd be an asset to your company. Thank you, Mrs. Hayden. Goodbye.
Mrs. Hayden will be down right away, Mr. Miller.
Oh, thank you.
Well, Luke. What a pleasant surprise.
Mrs. Hayden, I've got to talk to you.
Come, I'll mix you a drink.
Well, Mrs. Hayden, you were absolutely right. I've been to every bank and loan company in town.
And being a war hero has no dollar value.
None whatsoever.
Were they impressed with your ideas?
Oh, sure. As long as they're backed by solid collateral.
Well, banking is a ruthless business.
They got me running around in circles. I can't prove myself unless someone will let me, and no one will let me unless I prove myself. I don't know how this city ever got built.
Luke, you have nothing to worry about. You don't have to prove yourself to us because you're one of the family. If there's any problem of yours we can't solve, we'll work it out together.